Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's welcome the beautiful Ellen Osabutey.
Hi.
Hi, Ellen. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Now, I love the look. So before we get into the beginning of the story, why are you shaking your head like you knew I was gonna do this?
She looks like
you were
Marilyn
going to
Monroe.
do it.
You knew what?
Marilyn Monroe.
That's because of my hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the inspo.
That's the inspo.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Bro, you know, like
Spots on.
fashion gurus. The things about I don't know, like when you're born, like just fashion in your blood, like you just get stuff. So you're like we're vibing off energy here.
Yes, sir. We hear you,
Wow.
but I love the look and I get the inspo now. It didn't hit me, but can you tell us how you put it together?
Honestly, it was just last minute. I just grabbed something from my
What?
closet.
You know, usually I find that hard to believe, but at the same time, when I look at how last minute I can be, I'm like, I totally understand it. Well, you're welcome once again.
Thank you.
To the big conversation on Culture Daily. Now, I want us to take it from the very beginning, right? You have, over the years, from COVID to now, it's been 5 years. If I remember our last conversation, you mentioned that that's when things started to pick up with the fashion trajectory. Can you give us a backstory on how your fashion journey began?
So basically, just like you said, it has been after the COVID period, and I think I have a thing for clothes. And I wanted to wear certain things and I wanted to look a certain way. So I just decided to do that and it was picking up fine for me.
Okay, so you just decided to do that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
You're sure?
I was just trying to have fun. Like I was genuinely having fun. I didn't know it can become something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the things you started with? And let's say maybe you started with taking pictures or you started just dressing up and doing fashion hauls. What exactly did you start with?
I started taking pictures and posting. Like I said, I was seeing other girlies doing it on Instagram. They were wearing what they wanted. And I also wore what I wanted and took pictures and I posted it. That was basically how it started. So when
did you realize that, okay, this is a big deal. This is something I can make money
from?
Yeah, money from.
I think between 2021, 2022. That is when I realized it wasn't like a joke. I could actually make money from it. So I should just sit up and be serious.
What was that one thing that made you see that? Was it like a deal or someone reaching out to you, offering you money you couldn't resist?
No, not necessarily a deal. Before the deals came, there were a few people I used to look up to. And although they are based in the States, they were getting paid for what they were doing. And I thought, maybe, just maybe, these brands that are paying them could also decide to pay a Ghanaian one day. You may never know. Yeah, so that was what did it for me. But then the first time I got paid, it wasn't from a foreign company. It was from a Ghanaian-owned business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at monies that came in, right? And it's like, okay, I'm starting to make money. Did you have to define it? Because you said in the beginning it was fun, right? And now you're getting these people are paying you to maybe come wear their clothes and take pictures, right? Do fashion hauls for them. At what point did you realize that, okay, I need to define what I'm doing? Am I a fashion model? If I'm a fashion model, what exactly am I doing? Which parts of modeling am I going to take seriously? And do I want a management? All those serious things in between, because it's play. When it's play in the beginning, you're just having fun.
Different.
But at the point when you realize that, okay, no, I'm at the point where I have to brand myself. I have to put up a package. What were some of the things that you had to do?
So what I can say is that every brand knows what they want. And although I had people I was looking up to, I knew for a fact that in order to reach these brands, in order to have these brands notice me, because there are a lot of us, like I said, in putting Ghana alone aside, there are a whole lot of other people who also like clothes just like I did. So I knew I had to do something to make me stand out. I had to invest into myself. I had to, teach myself, train myself. I even had to work out at some point because of how I wanted to look.
Okay, so what I want to know is, right, I think fashion and technology is very expensive.
Yeah.
Like if you want to upgrade your phone or your laptop, if you want to stay in tune with fashion, back in the day it was all skinny jeans. Then we've shifted to like these baggy jeans and these flare jeans and the like.
I don't know what's next, but
Right? Like, but the thing is, I think we always go back.
Yeah.
Like we always go back.
Yeah.
Like that's just life. Human beings, we get very excited, we enjoy it, and we always go back.
because jorts.
Girl, don't
And she's
do
one of the
that.
people that
I love
really
them.
slays.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. She shouldn't do that.
No, I'm
I
not
have a
saying.
thing for jorts.
I'm not saying it in a bad way, but it's like now you
Just
guys are
coming back.
rocking it so well, and my
Yeah.
mom goes like, "Are you really going to wear?"
I
I've not
almost
worn them
wore
out
jorts
before, and I
here.
have. I saw you wear them first. and
I almost wore jorts here.
You know,
Oh yeah.
if like
On the
if you meet them,
screen.
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's
see?
tight.
Yeah, and she makes them look so good.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, right? As a dream, it's a passion that can be quite expensive. I have a friend,
Yeah.
right? He's very passionate about perfume, and he tells me it's a very expensive passion.
Does he have to
Yeah.
tell you?
Oh, maybe I did streets, so maybe not. So I just want to know, for somebody who was beginning, right,
Right.
getting into the space, because you were wearing these things for fun, and I don't think that should be overlooked. Now we have thrift clothes.
Yeah.
When you were beginning, were you, so to speak, borrowing the clothes? Were you funding yourself? Because you wear these clothes and you put them out. I'm assuming, right? You can't wear these things multiple times and put it out there. Like you're saying, it's very fast paced.
Yeah.
People are seeing different things. So how were you in the beginning, before all this money and became like a super profession? How were you coping and keeping up?
In the beginning, honestly, my mommy was buying my clothes for me.
Oh,
that's
And-
nice.
we love
And after some time, I was in uni, so I started following my friends to Kanta to get thrifted items. And the OGs know, like people who've been following me from way beyond know that like I've always been a Kanta girly. Like I'm always telling them all the finds I've been like all the new things I've been finding in Kanta. I'll be like, guys, I got this for like 15 CDs. I got this for like 10 CDs. There's a pair of shoes in my house I've been wearing since 2021.
Yo,
I bought them from Kanta
can you send
for
me the
15
location?
CDs.
Because please send the location. Whether I start out at this
Yeah,
point.
but see, you know,
This
and what
boy-
Ellen is saying is so true, because I
And it
remember,
hasn't changed.
Yeah, I remember talking to Blacko one award show like that, and I asked him about his outfit, and
He
then
said Kanta.
Yeah.
But a while ago, right? A while ago, there was is the word stereotype? There was like, oh, you buy your things for Kanta. Like,
Well, not
but this was years ago.
Yeah.
This was years
yeah,
ago.
I
Like,
get what
oh,
he's
if you buy your
saying.
things from Kanta, like, oh, bro.
So people
to
had
the
to
shop.
go like really early when it's dark, so no one
Thank
sees
you.
them.
Oh, did you ever do that? Oh, you smoked.
I gotta go at that time because that's the time that like they're moving the things and it's you get
Also,
better.
You
things
get
at
the
that
best
time.
things
Yeah.
at the early
Charlie,
times. Like at the early hours, that's when you're going to get like the best things.
Yeah, but before we go into the whole fashion, you doing all this, I don't think you really talk about growing up. Like we know Ellen Osabutey, we do not know what school she attended, where she's lived. It's like all that particular. Like we want to prepare, but today you're here to unpack. You're here to tell us about it. So we want to know
Oh
what
my
was growing up for
God.
like Ellen Osabutey.
Just like you said, I don't talk a lot about my upbringing and stuff because it's all centered on privacy. But like whatever information I put out there is information I want people to have access to. So that is fine.
I like that.
Thank
That's
you.
good. That's good.
Now being very okay. No, you
sorry.
finish. I thought you were.
You can
no.
go ahead.
No, I want you to finish. Otherwise, it means I didn't hear anything from you.
I didn't have the easiest upbringing, but my mom is a superwoman. Shout out, mommy. I think the last time I came here, I said something
Yeah, you
like
did.
that. Yeah, because my mommy, like, she basically made life very, very easy for me. Although it wasn't rosy, she made sure that like we had everything we needed. Yeah, that's all I can say.
That's all you can
Yes.
say. Now, in being guarded, in putting out your information on the internet, are people still nosy? Do you get DMs where people go like, oh, they want to know? Of course they'll do. I want to know where you got this. I want to know where you got that. But trying to get into your personal life, do you have people doing that? And what's your usual response?
Yeah, I have people doing that. Sometimes I don't respond. That's the best way, because you could tell them. I don't know. What do you want to say? If you don't want to tell them, would you say, "I don't want to tell you"?
Maybe I'm
just
sorry.
ignore it.
It's better to ignore. So in their heads, oh, she has so many DMs, she's not seen it. Even if it's in my comments, oh, she has so many comments, she's not seen it. But honestly, if you comment something on my page and I don't like it, I'll delete it.
Exactly. And you know, sometimes I pre-block people. I don't know if
Oh my goodness.
I know what you're saying.
What?
If somebody comments something very toxic on someone else's page,
my dear,
I'll block you before you find my page.
You know what I thought you meant? Like you see their profile picture, like no.
Oh no.
I'm just oh god.
No, like you are moving madness on someone's page.
I thought I was the only one who does that. If I see you say something like mean on someone else's page, I'll block you.
Or even on someone else's page.
Yes. If you
Crazy.
find me, then maybe mine will be worse.
Oh.
Those people have a different mindset, and I do not want that.
But you guys are going to be blocking a lot.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't even have to do with like you commenting on someone else's page, but just like tweeting something or posting something that I
You just give them a block.
It will give you a fair
I
idea
just
of how the
block you.
person's mentality is,
Yes.
and if you don't want them
Okay, I get
anywhere
that.
around you,
Okay.
just block them.
Don't see anything. You don't
And
see
that's
anything.
like you just keep it moving.
Yes, keep it
it
moving. Love it.
But have you ever had like an encounter like off the internet, like in person, and then what's your reaction like? You know, when people, I'm pretty sure outside of the internet, people want to approach you. Even if you go out and show yourself in public, you know, people want to approach you, tell you how they feel about what you're doing. Maybe probably say, oh, how it's impacted their lives and whatnot. But what's usually your reaction to
I'm
that?
always very happy to hear people say nice things about what I'm doing, even if it is not the nicest things. To get feedback from people, it always makes me happy. It makes me feel like, okay, someone is watching, someone is seeing what I am doing. So anytime anybody comes up to me, hi Ellen, I love your stuff, I like what you're doing, you know, I get very, very happy.
Okay.
I'll take snaps with you, I'll take videos with you, I'll put it on my YouTube. Like, I'm always very happy to meet people who want to do that.
This morning, I think yesterday and today, this morning, we're having a conversation about responsibility. You know, the responsibility that comes with being in the public eye and having to be someone that people look up to or people walk up to and say, hey, I love your stuff and all of that. You know, I'm pretty sure it also comes with the negativity that we are blocking people for. Right? Yes, it comes with that. So I want to know, like, outside of just like being open to being poured into in a positive way, and then blocking people on social media, what is the other thing that you do in handling that responsibility that's been handed to you or that you've taken upon yourself with regards to putting yourself out there and projecting a certain image? You know?
Right. Okay. So what I can say is, I don't know if everyone here is a Christian, but God has to be at the center of everything, else you run mad. People have a lot to say, and just as you said, not everyone comes to say something positive. Even with the negative comments, you have to know that they have low-key seen something that's making them say what they're saying. So try to like be optimistic about it and see how you can find a solution to whatever they're saying. But if everybody is a Christian here, then it means I can say that don't play with being prayerful and talking to God and stuff like that. I think sometimes people discriminate based on what you're doing, what you're into. They will assume you're not a Christian. Please, I'm a Christian. I can't do without God. So God, and you know, finding a positive mindset, and you know, being positive about everything everyone has to say. How you take it is very important. Someone can come and say you look stupid, and they're not trying to call you stupid. Maybe you do look stupid. Maybe something on your face, you just have to fix something on your face. So you don't always have to like jump into conclusion. You have to try and like maneuver and make sure you find it, you end up having it in a good way. I don't know, however it will work for you.
I'm assuming for fashion forward people, okay, with fashion, it's very perceptive, right? If you see a guy in a suit, you tend to assume something. If you see a guy with, even people with dreads are stereotyped. It's not right, but that's the thing. How do you deal with that perception, right? More so being a fashion forward individual, an influencer, because people will see what you're wearing today. You might be in something they see tomorrow, and every different day you have different responses based just on what you're wearing. Have you found it easier to deal with that? And in the fashion world, how does that work out?
Have I found it
easier to deal with that, as in separating you from your fashion, so to speak, just because of the way you're dressed on multiple different occasions?
There's no way I go around wearing dressed up like this all the time.
Oh, you don't?
No!
I told them to wake up like this. I tell them all the time. I tell you guys all the time. But even the thing is on social media, though, because that's what we see. Someone might not see her on a regular day, but they see her more so on social media.
And so be like, that's your life. Like
There's
he said, you woke up like this.
Right? No! Marilyn.
But then I make sure wherever I'm going, I look
Just
prim and proper, presentable. There's no way I'll dress like this to Medina. I go to Accra with my mom. There's no way I'll dress like that to Accra. But then wherever I am, I make sure that like I am presentable. I look okay for wherever I am. And I don't think people really expect me to be looking like this anyway.
Yeah, that's another thing though.
Yeah.
People might say like, I want to see her looking fly all the time.
But looking fly could be in different like
okay, in different. Okay.
1 minute I'm in a sundress, I look fly because I'm going to the beach.
Yeah.
I've seen her in blazers, like kill it. I'm trying.
Let me check the Instagram. Man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Now, still talking about fashion, you've done. I feel like that takes you into modeling, and modeling ends up with being a video vixen. Not for everyone, but that's a trajectory I feel like you have been on. How did you become a video vixen? Was it like through a modeling agency that can you do this? Because when I saw you, I remember very well when I did that story, Fireboys of Basima, I was so excited and literally mentioned that the lady you see in the video is Ellen Osabutey. I remember very well I did that on Thread, and it's just nice to see because unfortunately when people say video vixen, it doesn't necessarily come with a lot of
positive comments.
Yes,
right?
it's just not the best, and so when I saw you, I was like, okay, I don't know what that's going to look like, but on socials it looked fine. People were excited for you. There were no negative comments, and that's the sweet Ellen. And everything was really cutesy. I feel like that's the vibe you gave, really. But how did you get into it, and how intentional or unintentional have you been about this particular piece?
For starters, I'd like to say that I have always low-key wanted to be a model. Not runway model, but like products modeling. Yeah, for fashion apps. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but I'm going to give you an example.
So like a Fashion Nova.
Like a fashion brand. Maybe this jacket, they'll have me model it and put it on their website. Like I've always wanted to do something like that. Again, not runway modeling, but if runway comes, But with the video vixen and stuff, I have a creative director. She kind of scouted me. She reached out to me and told me this is what she's into. So if she finds any contracts she thinks will fit best for me, she'll put me on. And that's what she's been doing. And she's the only person I take these kind of gigs from, because she knows what I like. She knows how I would like to be represented and stuff like that. So she doesn't put me somewhere where I'll be uncomfortable. I've had like an uncomfortable set. I'm not going to talk about it. I've had an uncomfortable set, and I made her know how I was feeling. I was ready to leave the set. So she knows how strict I am, just because I don't want to give a negative narrative out there. Just like you said earlier, when you say someone is a video vixen, they don't really have positive comments to say because of so many assumptions about these kind of people. So I try to make sure everything is as professional as possible, as strict as possible. If I say I'm not going to wear this on set, I'm not going to wear it on set.
You're not going to
no matter how much you're willing to add. That's usually the easy way
Yeah.
to like convince somebody. But irrespective of what you are willing to do to convince me to do otherwise, I make sure I stand on business. Yeah.
Would you also say that because of the way you were brought up, maybe there's some particular morals that you would
Girl,
never step away
if
from?
my if my mommy
yeah.
tells me not to do something, I don't do it. Even at my big age, I
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Charlie, we or Charlie?
No, like mine is extreme.
Like this.
Mine is extreme. You know, there's some people will be like, do it and tell them later.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Really?
Even before I do it, as I'm thinking about it, she will know. I don't know. My mom, I'm telling you.
What are
my
some
mom
of
will
reactions of her reactions to the things you wear? Has she had like, oh no, this is a bit much, you know,
I
this is too
actually-
sexy, like?
I actually ask my mom for permission before I wear certain things.
For real?
I think she may not like.
Okay.
So if you see me wearing something on social media and you think it's a bit revealing, my mommy is okay
Approved
with
of
it.
it. Bruh.
Oh.
And that's it. And that's why
Yeah.
you follow blindly. And maybe your family would not like it because her mom approves of it. And then you who is watching out there would say, oh, Ellen wears, I also want to wear it. It's not the same.
Oh,
Do you
interesting.
get what I'm saying?
You asked your mommy.
Yes, I did.
It's just what it is.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I've done the opposite, so I'm just trying to
She's processing.
the whole thing is- but there are certain things I totally agree. There's certain things I cannot just up and go and do.
Yeah.
Like you do the thing where it's like you're psyching her mind till she says
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But if she says no, just go and
Yeah.
sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are a fashion influencer. Is that fair to say? I don't want to get the title wrong. Are you a fashion influencer?
I don't want to put a brand on it.
You don't want to put a brand on it.
Because like
Okay.
I've diversified.
You've
into other
diversified.
things,
The
yes.
reason why I'm asking that, I want to know what you think about the fashion scene and social media. Because I could wear some stuff and say I'm a fashion influencer, right? Do you, because it's become a bit diluted, all these things everybody's up to, right? Now everybody can say they're an artist, and if that's your thing, you know, that's your thing. Do you think about it? Does it make you want to reposition yourself because maybe everybody's doing it, or is Ellen like, I'm just doing my thing, I don't care what anybody else is doing? Has it become, what's the word, like when everybody's doing something
Cliche.
Saturated.
saturated? What do you think about the fashion influencing scene?
I think as long as I'm feeling good about myself and what I am wearing and what I am doing, as long as I'm having the same feeling I had, how many years ago, I'm good. Because if everyone else wants to do fashion, okay, let's all look fly. Like, I'm good with that. But as long as I still feel how I felt way back when I started, yeah, I'll keep doing it. But like I said, I don't want to put a brand. I don't want to put a tag on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but are you impressed with the Ghanaian fashion scene?
Honestly, it's not bad. But I know we can do better, and we
Yeah.
are getting there.
Mm.
But it's not bad. I am part of there. It's not bad. I know I can do better.
That's a good one.
Now, talking about working with Ghanaian fashion brands and against working with international brands, what are some of the things that you feel the international brands do or give you that the Ghanaian brands don't give you?
Value for content, and that is not from a place of malice. The people abroad have been doing it for a long time. We only started, I don't want to say recently, but we started later. I don't know when Fashion Nova was formed, but I'm trying to make an example. Let's say Fashion Nova has been in the scene for 15 years. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And a Ghanaian fashion brand started 5 years ago. What Fashion Nova from 15 years can do is different from what a brand in Ghana from 5 years ago can do. So Ghanaian fashion industry is still growing and is doing so well. So I feel like, just like I said, the whole value thingy, that is just it. But it's not like they're just relaxed on it. You can see improvements every time they come back. You can know that no, things are different from last time. Okay, things are better from last time. But honestly, like the Ghanaian fashion industry is doing way better than before.
Talking
Yes.
about brands, maybe for someone who doesn't know that maybe Ellen is a big deal, what are some of the brands that you have worked with?
So many of them.
Yeah, we want to know some.
Wow.
Yeah.
Both
Fashion
internationally.
only
No, not
fashion brands.
only.
Okay. Spotify. I'm such a Spotify babe. When I started working with Spotify, funny enough, I was on one of their campaigns and they put me somewhere where I could be flexible and do whatever I want. I had to do something fashion circulated, and it was good for me. So I just wanted to give a short shout out to Spotify. So there's Spotify, there's Opoly. I've worked with Coca-Cola. I think I've worked with Dove even.
So most of
Baby
these brands
Boo, so many.
reach out to you, or you reach out
Addicted.
to them?
I have to make sure I don't mention.
Yeah. I
don't want to get into trouble. Usually these brands reach out. Now these brands reach out to me, but before I was trying to put myself out there, so I had to reach out to them. There are so many of us, and right now people have a fair idea of what being an influencer is like. People have a fair idea of how much they can make from being an influencer. So they know that, no, I have to reach out to this brand. So everyone else is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And in order to sell yourself differently, just like I said, you have to invest in yourself so that when you reach out to the brand, they'll know that you're worth a shot. Yeah. But before I was reaching out to the brands, but now I usually get reached
With what
out
she's
to.
saying, I've seen brands pick people just because of their Instagram pages, not necessarily even just followers, but the pictures they post, and it's crazy now
Relate to it.
for campaigns and deals. So if that's your thing, take it seriously, I guess. Like, take good pictures and wear nice clothes.
Yeah.
I guess.
I was gonna ask something about I don't know why I just literally just lost my train of thought, but I'm talking about still the world of fashion and how trends, right? And then staying true to yourself. There are lots of trends that keep coming up. For instance, when it comes to nails, I saw one time there was this nail, the edges look like a duck. I'm like, hell
the duck
no,
nails.
not for me. Because what am I supposed to do with this, right? But it's trendy, and so people feel like in order to be a part, I don't know what they're trying to be a part of, but in order to be part of them, they want to hop on trends. What is your take on the trends, hopping on trends, and how do you hop on a trend and still stick to your style and be unique?
Personally, I don't hop on every trend. I've not done the dark nail thingy. I don't think it is disgusting, but it's just not something I would like on my nails. And I think it's based on preference for me.
Okay.
If there's a trend and I like it, I'll hop on it.
Okay.
And just as you said, it doesn't necessarily make you stay relevant. You can also start a trend of your own. Yes. And I don't know. I'm picturing the duck nails.
Are you going to try it?
No.
It's not for you, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, so for you, then in pitching yourself, of course you'd have to have a lot of, I say, confidence and audacity to do stuff like that, because cold pitching is not easy. Sometimes you'll be left on red, and emails, you don't even know whether it's been read or not. Like, it's just there, no response, and you're there. What you think gives you that gave you or still gives you that confidence, and what motivates you and what makes you unique? Like, this is Ellen, she's not going to change, this is what makes me Ellen.
Because of the things I do and because of how much work I've put into myself, I know when I can do a lot for a brand. I don't just go to any brand. I don't just get up and say, I think. No, when I know, that is when I'm going to go to the brand, because I know what I can get from them. I know what they can get from me. So until I am very, very sure, I am not pitching. Until I am very sure of what I know I can give to the brand, I am not pitching. If it is a 50-50 something, I am not pitching. So when I know the brand is missing something I think I can give to them, then I would reach out to them and I'll make sure I'll have all my points in place. I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. They would know they need me on their team. Yeah. So I have to make sure I position myself properly before I reach out to any brand.
What I like that we're talking about cold emailing, cold pitching, because it's not easy. It's not easy. You see, I was smiling. it's not easy at all to cold email. You feel like, what wrong have I done? You know, when you cold pitch you and then you don't hear for days. But I think that is one of the most effective ways to, you know, and it also teaches you resilience. So if you were going to talk to someone or give anyone advice, anyone who is looking up to you, so to speak, on how to grasp or grab opportunity, I mean, outside of cold emailing, what else, you know, what other strategy would you ask them to employ? Sorry.
Would you need water?
Please, we need water and a box of pizza here.
A box of what?
Who is eating the pizza? It's him. He's the one eating
You're
it.
hungry.
But I do not object.
How would you
I do not object.
I mean, last time I made an order, it came. So Debbie,
Hey.
hi, hello,
really?
Debbie. Yeah.
Wait, is that what's going on in this office? Like,
Yeah,
people are
wait,
placing
Debbie
orders and it's
Debbie
coming.
will
Could you-
handle it for you.
Could you kindly rephrase and request? Because we need some
want a
pizza.
big, family-sized pizza.
Yes, a big one.
And please, she needs
But-
water.
Yeah. So we're gonna definitely sort that out. As the show goes on.
I
But
think-
Sorry.
fashion, I think is really
Are you
interesting,
okay?
right? When it comes
No?
to
Um,
everything.
yes.
Okay, so. Yeah.
yeah.
So fashion.
Yes.
Anyways, fashion.
Yeah.
Me, it goes back to what we're talking about the investment, understanding the trends, the power that fashion, bro. Like, see the people that I know that spend money on fashion,
See.
and I'm assuming they make that money back.
No, you make it back, because tell me why Gap Jeans has done a whole campaign, and when you see these models, Fahim showed me the video, I was like, all of this to sell jeans?
Right.
But if you look at it like that, you're wrong. These people know what they've invested in their business over the years. To have a fashion brand do a whole dance routine in different, it looks like a music
Okay, let me
video.
ask you guys this.
Yeah.
Apart from the monetary aspect, right? Have you guys experienced in growth that the way you look, the way you present yourself with your makeup, what you wear, has it enhanced? Has it helped?
Yeah.
Yes.
In
It
certain doors, does it
lot.
actually
does a lot.
happen?
You enter certain places and then the way they treat you is differently. Now, this whole thing about dress how you want to be addressed, I'm someone who firmly believes in it.
For
Although
real.
it's not supposed to be like that sometimes, because you never know what someone is going to at a particular point of their lives. But then, how you want to be addressed, you go into a room looking,
So it actually works.
looking
It
presentable.
does.
the
See,
doubters.
my mom tells me
A lot
that
of
on your
respect.
brokest days,
That way for dress.
you have to dress so that other people treat you like you are
Just like the
rich.
sad part is that people will be thinking that you're living a good life. Meanwhile,
You don't look like your problems.
But you know,
That's
for
it.
us men, is drive how you want to be addressed.
drive
how
oh
you-
no
That's the
no,
bro.
that's
See,
not true.
I
That's
know my brothers listening right now and watching. You guys know I'm talking
Agree.
about. Could you just can we put the camera? You just managed.
out of the chat.
No, it's-
but Amy,
AC.
before you know the car a man drives, what's one thing
Oh, AC.
physically?
Before I know the car,
Yes.
What-
it's his appearance.
No,
Yes,
it's-
and the way
what
he
you
smells.
smell like, what you
Yeah.
look like, your personality.
Oh,
and
AC.
how
Before we
you
even
carry
get
yourself.
out and I
I
see
was
your
Do you
car
know
in
the
the
number
parking lot.
of yes? Do you
I
know the
was
number
going
of
to
men
say, I
who
thought
can
it
stand
was-
by a car and because of what they look like and what they smell
think
like,
it's
you will not
their
even
car.
question
AC,
them, is that your car?
AC.
You will not ask. They
See,
just
that's the
stand
first
there.
step.
I thought
That's
you were
the
going to
first
say
step.
it's what drives them. Sorry. Sorry.
Thank you for that. But see,
Yeah.
that's the first
I mean-
step. You saw him standing by
Yeah.
the Porsche 911 Turbo S 2024.
And he's looking shabby.
He's looking fly. He's looking fly.
Exactly.
He's
Then
looking
go to
shabby,
an
there's no
Uber.
point.
He going to an Uber.
I mean, 911 should have given you the cue. It's a disaster, bro. Honestly.
bro. Then he gets into an Uber. You guys, let's not because we're talking about fashion, but
Yeah.
this has led into appearance. You know
Yeah.
how you're perceived. See, I have seen people rent cars for business meetings, and they tell me that it works.
Yeah.
So if I sit here and I say, usually for men now in 2025, the way you drive is how you are dressed.
No, but when you
There's
rent
no-
the
you
car,
see-
went
you
to
see-
the business meeting, you wouldn't
no.
enter the meeting with the car,
No,
right?
you see-
Oh,
You know
no.
your appearance.
But
So,
you
but
see-
Amy, this
but you
one I
see-
totally agree with because several
Amy,
times.
Amy, a
several
guy's car
times-
will change his perception.
My perception about him.
True. For that
No,
one,
maybe that
so
was
you
so
see,
funny.
so you see,
Let's not lie to ourselves, though.
Like,
So-
not perception entirely, but it adds to what you
You
think.
see, I work for Milk
Okay, no,
Tema,
let me-
you know
It
this.
adds, yeah, but it doesn't change.
Let me
Yeah.
just add. Let me just say something. I think that it depends. It's very situational in nature. Let me give you an example. What you're saying about the business meeting, it is true. Someone told me that someone who is very good and very skilled at their job told me that they walked into a meeting without a car and they lost that gig because they didn't pull up in the car. That was the only reason.
Charlie,
That was the
hard,
only
dude.
reason why they lost
No,
the
because
gig.
it looks like you can't
And they
handle
gave
the
it.
money.
They gave it to
Just wait
someone
again.
else. They gave it to someone else because the person had a car, like came in a car, right? So he learned that day. I don't think he's gone to another meeting with a car, but but he learned that he actually said that it actually adds to the
Perceived
businesses. Yes, your perceived value, because I mean, why are we? I mean, you're wearing you came in a Legacy Benz, like you came in a Lexus,
Wow.
like, you know, like with your legs, with your shoe and thing. So I mean, we're not gonna give you the. It's rather unfortunate, but it does. But that's what I'm saying, that it's situational in nature. There has to be a line. Where does it go from being a strategy to being you showing off with something that you don't have, or posing or forming, as they
On
would
that
call it?
note,
Yes.
So Ellen, see, very neutral person here, so that we know Tutu, she's the one who's gonna break the tie for us right
so
now.
please don't go for the guy.
Oh my
So
god.
with appearances, right? I'm saying that how a man appears, his outfit, how he smells, his personality, his aura would make you have a better personality, a better perception about him, beg your pardon, than the car he drives, right? So before you see the car, of course the outfit, the outlook would let you know that this is this type of person.
no, but
then
you see, you're not being fair.
how am I not
Baby girl, you're not being fair.
Hold on. She says before you answer, she said how a man appears. Maybe he's a magician. It could be Houdini.
Oh my god!
Just
Oh
fact-
my
just
god!
Factor that.
I
We
don't
should
know how to-
have like a pan
Yeah,
button, like when the ding ding. Yeah, he just dropped the phone.
Just add that. Like,
no, a
factor that
panja, so
in.
you put money inside.
Charlie.
Aside the fact, but yeah, Ellen,
But is you are twisting it?
No,
No, she said before. Obviously
Yes.
before, like
that's what I was saying, that you see that before you see the car.
okay, eventually you see the car or lack thereof. So it's all part of the
okay,
package.
let me say what I said, right?
Okay.
I said that when it comes to appearances and you see someone's outfit and the way they carry themselves, it gives you a perception of them. And so a person can be judged by, like a man can be judged by what he looks like and how he carries himself. He's saying a man will be judged by the car he drives.
Hey, guys.
That was the exact way you
No, wait, context.
What if the car is not his?
Context.
So all
wait.
that tells me is that appearances can be deceiving. So don't make that's all it tells me. It's
But
true.
appearances matter.
But it can be deceiving. I didn't say appearances are
Just
deceiving. I
like you
said
spoke
it
about
can be
renting a
deceiving.
car, deceiving. But the fact is, okay, so what I'm saying is, what you're saying is facts. How you smell, how you look. We see and talk about Pepsodent. Very, very important. Guys, please get your Pepsodent. Over 25 years, they've been advising us. Get your Pepsodent. Cyril, shout out to you, assistant at work. But what I'm saying is, let's not lie to ourselves. We're talking, and this all has to do with appearance, right? The way she looks, the way she dresses. But with a guy, the way you look in a suit, a guy in a t-shirt going for a meeting, it's a certain type of way. Let's not lie that a car you drive, quote unquote, appearance, whether it's rented, whether it's bought. If I come for a meeting in a Rolls Royce, and my brothers come for a meeting, maybe walking, or I don't want to mention cars because when I do my
Jason, let me
You know what?
let me ask a question.
Perception
Let
will
me
come
ask
into
a
play.
question. If I see a lady, and a really nice lady, dressed in extremely revealing clothes because she feels comfortable in wearing those clothes and standing by the roadside waiting for her
Hey,
Uber, and I
Asemeba.
assume that she's one of our sisters, am I wrong?
No, it's not about you being right or wrong, but that's your perception. I don't know why anyone wants.
No, but that's
to
why
make
we're
it-
using the word perception.
No, you said he said, "Am I right or wrong?" That's not it. That's
Am
your
I wrong
perception.
to assume that she's, because that's the
but
appearance?
that's
You do
Okay, so let's
realize
get
Ellen.
you do realize appearances matter.
Yes.
Whatever you wear.
But I did say that appearances can be deceiving because in that moment I have assumed that she's one of our sisters,
And that's
she's
your
not.
assumption.
That's your
The fact that they
Yes.
can be
Because maybe I
deceiving
will see
means
her and
it
I'm not
matters.
think she
Yes,
is one.
That's what we're trying to say.
But Ellen, back to what I said, I was right?
No, you weren't.
Oh, Ellen, come on.
What you
Ellen.
wear Come on.
I think also because
what I
now we
wear-
know that
What
most
you
of
wear-
What I'm saying is, a
Aside
guy's
what you
house-
wear,
Please,
aside what
let's
you
listen to
wear,
Ellen, thank
what
you.
you smell like, your
Yes.
mouth.
These are facts. Pep students, of course, get yours.
That's what I'm talking about. Your mouth, like your body, what you smell like, how you look.
Yes, facts.
All of those things are way more important than the
Helen.
car you drive. I'm not being a meanie.
Ellen.
At the end of the day,
Ellen.
you all get
It's
to
for
the
the
same
We are guys.
TV.
When we,
I know, right?
Ellen,
TV.
Ellen.
At the end of the
Sometimes
day, you
I
all
brush
get to
my
the same
teeth 6 times a day,
destination.
but I still walk from here to
Jason,
Tema.
Huh?
Ellen, you know I
Jason.
go through
Jason, you are here the whole day. How do you brush your teeth 6 times a day?
3 times at night.
You
bro.
bring your brush.
3 times at night.
Thank you. Thank you
All
for
I need
asking.
is brush.
But Ellen, I'm just trying to, and again, we're still talking about appearance, perception, and I understand what you guys are saying. But let's not lie that a guy's car, in accordance with appearance, perception, standards, how you are seen, perceived, it comes into play. That's all I'm saying.
We're not saying it doesn't.
Very heavily,
You know
like it's
why?
very up
But
you're
there.
not saying it
It's
doesn't.
very, very
For
up
me,
there.
if you dress shabby and you are driving a Rolls Royce, in my
It
mind,
doesn't-
it
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
You're the driver.
Yes,
You're
it
not
doesn't.
even
It
the owner of
really
the
doesn't.
car.
It doesn't add up.
Wait, are we doing this cousin on radio? Are we doing this cousin on radio?
You know why where is spelled WEAR?
Coming to do something.
Give us something.
Because we are what we wear.
Okay, on that note, Ellen,
That's bad.
any final words, especially on projects that you're working on by yourself? I've seen your vlogs. I really wanted us to talk about the vlogs and all of that, and working with brands, meeting people, and knowing the outreach. But we'll find another time to do that. But any final words on any projects you're working on, or what's next for Ellen?
I currently don't have any projects I'm working on, but you guys can check out my YouTube. It's my name, Ellen Osabutey. But there's one thing I want to say.
Okay.
So many people now want to become influencers or want to be lifestyle fashion. Somebody wants to do something, What I want to say is sometimes you should think outside the box. Influencing might not be your thing. You might be a badass photographer. You might be a badass editor. You might be so good at something linked to it. You don't necessarily have to be in front of the camera. Maybe you work magic at the back of the camera, and that is totally fine. So sometimes think outside the box. And once you find your niche, once you find your thing, once you find the thing that drives you, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
Right.
That is lovely. Thank you so much for coming on here and allowing us to pry into your business a little. This has been the big conversation. Jason, why are you clapping?
Because it's Ellen.
Okay.
Let's clap for Ellen. Come on,
Thank you
guys.
for
She looked
having
amazing
me.
for us.
Yes, really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Watching
We
you
appreciate
side-eye.
the effort. Now, this has been the big conversation with myself, Jason Ele, Amy Cherry, and Kojo Trip with the ever beautiful Ellen Osabutey. If you missed it, you can catch the repeat at 10 p.m. or get into our YouTube to watch the conversation, and also let us know what you think in the comments, especially about our conversation, the fashion world, and all the things in between. Trip, is there a problem?
I want you to tell the people they should stop insulting us.
Oh no, we can't tell them what to do.
Oh, wait.
They do that.
On
They add up
YouTube.
the numbers.
Yeah, the YouTube comments are really heavy, but it's good to know what
That is why I know my brothers will agree with me, though. Anyways, carry on.
it's good to know what you think. So let us know in the comments, especially about our outfits. Don't judge us too much. They just be, we'll come your way again tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Do well to tune in. My name is Sofa. Have a lovely, lovely day.